On today's episode of the Train Me Please series, we will address once more the issue of time. On this video, I am using a camera on my head so that you can see exactly what I am seeing when I am training Pérola. You can see exactly the moment I use the clicker to mark a behavior that I like. Since this is a medium to high distraction place, most of my clicks are done when Pérola simply looks at me. I try not to click her when she looks away from me, or when she sniffs the ground or gets ahead of myself on the leash. That would convey the wrong message. We can also use this camera to see how I move when I want to reinforce the dog. I try to create drive and to keep her interested with different treat delivery techniques. Walking away and feeding in place and throwing food away from her. These are some examples of how you can remain interesting and increase the dog's desire to pay attention to you.
Okay, so I start out by showing how I position the equipment. I have the clicker on my left hand and I have the bait bag on my right side. Sometimes I vary it as well. I change sides, but most of the time I position the equipment this way. So here we are in another training session in which the game is the same. I want Pérola to pay attention to me and not to pull on the leash. And as long as she does that, she will have a nice time. We are using this camera on my head so that you can see exactly what I see when I'm training Pérola, exactly where she's looking and what she's doing. So a nice leash not being pulled, no tension on the leash. That just released her there. And keep in mind that training on grass is usually a little bit more challenging than training on pavement. Usually the dog will be able to track more smells, more interesting things. Yeah. I love to toss food away from the dog. It creates drive. It kind of makes the food behave a little bit like a toy that you throw so that the dog needs to fetch it. And Pérola has this awesome attitude all the time. She was made to be with people. She just loves to do stuff with people. A nice loose leash, as you can see there. And here, Pérola is about to pull. And when I notice it, it's about to happen now, if I'm not mistaken. When I notice that, I go the other way right away and start to call Pérola. As soon as she does, I reinforce her. So I didn't even give her a big chance to be pulling me. I saw that she was about to go ahead of me, so I stopped and I started to call her right away. And then I actually decided to do a little training session, a little behavior training session with Pérola. I usually tell people that it's not that you need a dog that knows how to spin or that knows how to roll over, but you definitely need a dog that knows that doing stuff for you is worth it. Doing stuff for you is fun and good things will happen. That's why I like to suggest that people do this kind of stuff. And you'll actually have a good time doing it. Again, I toss some food over there so that she needs to go fetch it. Here, she didn't do the down on the first time. On the second time, when she does it, I become animated as soon as she did it. And this is something that she was just learning right then.
Acting this way may look you somewhat silly to other humans, but for your dog, you are a very interesting creature if you act animated like this. Please go back to other episodes of the Train Me Please series to see how to build up to medium or high distractions. Keep training your dog, and I will see you on the next video.